Half down. 5.5 down. Yeah, I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man. Yeah, I'm going to step off the limb now. Blue, we're breathing again. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm going to step off the limb now.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. Okay, stand by 13, we're looking.
Blue, we're breathing again. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Dobsonian Power Channel. This is a very, very important night tonight, and we are close to the landing of Odysseus on the moon, the first step for Artemis mission. This is a huge event for humanity, and I want to draw the attention to this. We will be following NASA website, NASA TV here, because it's close, maybe about 20 minutes more or less. There was some kind of a problem, a small problem with the hardware there, but they have a backup and it's going fine right now. So I may not stream on this weekend because it's fully cloudy. The plan was beautiful. The plan was to have here the Dobsonian telescope pointing to the moon while they were landing, and at the same time track the landing of the Odysseus. But it's fully cloudy outside and it's a mess. I will show you in the camera. This is completely a mess with a construction of the observatory wall, and it's all full of dust. There's no way that I can put place a telescope there. I was cleaning with a water hose, everything, but even like that and with the clouds, it's fully cloudy. So we will track. This is, you should be watching this. I want to draw, this live stream is to draw the attention. We are streaming as well to the shorts on YouTube, the short shelf. Welcome everybody here. This is the Dobsonian Power channel. We usually do live streams watching the sky in real time, but at 16, only 16 minutes from having the landing on the moon. Hello, PPLN. Hello, Stephen Grunfield. Let me open the chat here on the landscape channel. So we are here. All right. Hello, Astro Womble, West Coast Twins, Brian Fowler, PPLand, Ron. Everybody's here. Okay, we will track this. Let me just tell you something. This is a show that is rolling from about 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. And I was studying I'm following all the process about the moon. Let me put some music while we wait. I'm following everything. Let me put some music to everybody. Hold on. While we wait. Tension. Okay, to the short shelf, I'm working on this. Next live stream, I will see if I can improve this new feature here that we have. All right, now you have music as well. Okay, next live stream I will try to improve this. I'm working on that. I bought some pieces of hardware to see if I can stream with a better image, with the usual and regular live show that we do every week here on the Dobsonian Power channel.
Dobsonian Power.
So we are streaming from here. Planet Earth, continent Europe, country Portugal, region Algarve, 37 latitude, Bortle 5. For the ones that just join us, we are following the landing. It will be in about more or less 10 minutes. The landing on the moon, a very important landing on the moon of the Odysseus from Intuitive. Hopefully this time everything will go right. I hope it will go right, because if not, it will delay all the process to colonize the moon. This is huge. This is very, very important. There are different goals. This is only the tip of the iceberg. One of the goals, the main goals of this mission is to, the full goal is to prepare everything for us humans to land there and colonize. But one main goal is to see how it behaves everything landing, because in Apollo 17, there was, I have here something to read to you about it later, after the landing, because I'm very excited. But there was some problems with the landing on the moon, because it's different, the behavior is different, no atmosphere, all that sand, dust, everything. It damaged the spacecraft, and the guys from Apollo 17, they brought back Earth, all those materials, and we are studying here, NASA was studying those materials here, and realized that they need to protect the spacecrafts from that weird behavior landing on the moon. In addition to that, there are more programs rolling, not only NASA, there are Artemis, China is also developing their own program, special program to land on the moon, and they have to make sure when landing the space, the threshold that they have for other countries can land safely, other spacecrafts can land there safely. They need to know the space, everything. We are like babies right now in this space exploration. I'm super excited with this. I told you, and we will keep following the most important events, the most important steps, not everything here, because the channel is mainly about the telescopes and watching the sky in real time, but we will keep following these major events so we can be aware of everything. Let me put the sound now. Hold on, like this. Hold on.
It's able to add a little bit more oomph and make that decision a reality rather than just a possibility.
I'm not listening because of this problem.
I'm showing 500 kilometers to target, but my display's a little bit stale.
That's a mission director, Tim Crane.
Okay, I will relate.
100 kilometers, but stating that his information might be just a bit stale.
I have to find a solution to this short shelf
Part of the reason we're showing this animation, Josh, of course, this is
because I want those guys from the short shelf.
happening when, as we hear the calls, this information is relayed through the audio loops. Not enough bandwidth to do a live stream of this, so we're relying on the data that's being fed from Nova C to Nova Control.
Yeah, that data is going into the flight controllers, and what you're seeing on your screen right now is just to give you an idea of the vehicle's attitude. You heard them talking about moving to a burn attitude. This is what we expect Nova C is doing right now. It is a simulation in the large screen just to give you an idea of what's happening over these critical approximate 10, 11 minutes of PDI powered descent.
10 minutes.
Slow Nova C down. Bring that acceleration down to about 1,800 meters per second. And there's some follow-on steps after that, Gary. It involves pitching over the lander using that gimbaled engine. We heard the maneuver to burn attitude followed by main engine gimbal checkout. So they'll use that gimbal to pitch the lander over and start a vertical descent. This is where we start getting a little tricky as far as there is a final approach. It may add a few seconds. It may add a little bit of time, but we are intended to land right around 17:24. That's 5:24 p.m. Central Time, but know that there is some give and take. We're also expecting, plan for, and train for a little bit of loss of communication during this process.
That's right. And that communication is absolutely important. And part of the reason, and we've been stressing this, Josh, is the autonomous operations of Nova C. Part of that is after it performs...
Oh, I'm so nervous.
400 seconds to go on braking 1. Good control. FIDO IC TRN pause processing. In flight.
All right, that was the call that we were waiting for. That was our major problem we've been working on in this dynamic situation, is getting those images processed from HRN camera, TRN camera, which in this case, a dynamic situation, we had to improvise.
It's your problem, Astro Womble. Here is fine.
From NDL, figure out a patch while we were in lunar
Hello,
orbit for
Sophia.
2 hours,
Hello,
and it
Chuck.
sounds like we are getting good
Hello, dumb
readings
guy.
from those images. Absolutely remarkable feat. We also happened here, I think, was 400 seconds remaining. That was coming from FIDO and Flight Dynamics. Sean Stewart working the console this evening.
The crater, this is on the South Pole. The crater is called Malapert A.
After the pitch over maneuver, this allows
It's on the South Pole. It's visible. It's a shame that I can't point the telescope because of the clouds. Because the plan was to watch with you at the same time the Malapert. But we will watch if the weather gets better. We will watch on the weekend, but the forecast is bad. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes to go. Oof, I'm so nervous. This is huge. This is very important to prepare everything to the Artemis 2 mission, which, as you know, was delayed to 2025. And by consequence, Artemis 3, which will be landing humans on the moon, 2026. The Artemis 2 in next year will be with humans, 4 astronauts, but only to go around the moon, not to land. So this is very important. If these guys make today this event,
Josh, after those
if they
final
are
stages,
successful,
7.
it will be awesome to
follow along
advance
after those,
to Artemis
critical
2.
maneuvers,
Commanded thrust still 90%.
90% thrust. We'll hear those call outs.
6
periodically. We
minutes.
started at full thrust, 90%.
6 minutes to go.
And good performance on that engine.
That's a great call out. 2 things there. Nominal performance on this engine as well as the helium tank. So what we haven't mentioned so far in the show is that the helium tank pressurizes that liquid methane
Hello,
and
Bob.
liquid oxygen tank.
Hello, Armando.
It's also used for reaction control system.
6
Those are
minutes
the
to go.
small spurts that you see at the top of the lander in the animation that control the vehicle's attitude. So for things like landing on the moon, you really want to land at the right attitude. That way your antennas are facing back, direct line of sight to Earth, and you can get that ultimate confirmation once you do suspect that you have landed on the moon.
The antenna alignment is an important element of landing on the moon, Josh. We're expecting the high-gain antennas to be pointed towards Earth to confirm, but there may be a delay.
We are expecting some sort of delay. I had just talking to the mission directors about how quickly
Yes,
we could
Chuck.
receive
So right, so
positive
right.
confirmation after this
What you
landing
said.
process is through. And there was some dispute over how long. The earliest was just about 15 seconds after we see timing of when the event is supposed to happen. So right now we're tracking about 5:24 p.m. Central Standard Time. So maybe anywhere from 15 seconds after that, maybe a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes while we work to acquire that signal. Because as you mentioned, the lander is going to a general area.
9 kilometers altitude.
9 kilometers altitude call.
Yes.
from Crane.
Yes, Chandrayaan landed on the South Pole as well.
The general area we want you to
Roshan.
fly to. It's using that hazard relative navigation to make better decisions about this is an area.
This will
with
be
the least amount
huge.
of slope. This is an area that's free of boulders.
4
and other
minutes to go.
obstacles. So it's making autonomous
4
decisions about
minutes,
where to go.
4:45.
To go. Breaking 1.
3 minutes call.
3 minutes call.
Just to wrap that up, when the lander is making those decisions, Gary, it's also very difficult to track. We've been very fortunate thus far tracking communications to this point.
To wrap that up, Josh, 3 minutes, that brings us to just shy of 5:22 p.m. Central Time. We should hear that the power descent and initiation burn is complete. Then we'll begin the next series of maneuvers to get us towards vertical and terminal descent.
Maneuvers.
With pitch over.
And just looking at our notes here, we did go into this burn expecting pitch over at 5:21 and 57 seconds. So good call out on the timing of that maneuver. It's important to remember PDI starts an engine burn that does not stop until landing. So this is a throttleable liquid methane, liquid oxygen engine. We lit the engine at PDI, and while we are
Hello,
changing
Chris
to
Green.
pitch over, vertical descent,
Chris Green is in the house.
landing, that is a throttle
Ready
down
to land.
the lunar surface. And when we do get out of PDI, if we hear that
Guys, I'm
call of PDI
transmitting
burn, everything
both,
after that is going to happen
live
in
streams.
very quick succession, Gary.
The long
time it takes
form
to go
and the
from
short
pitch
form.
over to landing
The ones that are used to the long
landing to
form,
be, just looking at maybe 90
it's better.
seconds is what we expect nominally.
I think the
There's
short form has no sound. I'm
3
not
minutes to
sure.
touchdown call from the mission
They
director.
can only hear me, but I will figure it out a way to fix that next time. I didn't have the time.
5:23 p.m. Central Time.
Right, our notes going into
3
this
minutes
burn,
to go.
23 and 25 seconds.
The
Everybody's
autonomous
nervous.
Josh sets this to a clock.
I mean, this is huge. This is a huge event.
Today, we're right on track.
So important for the future. Nobody cares about the future.
That solution that flight controllers are working so
You care
hard
about
on
the
to
day
make
after.
sure HRN was
Tomorrow.
on extra resources that weren't originally planned for from those 2 laser beams from NDL. It appears and sounds like that solution is working, and the people working to patch that software were certainly under pressure. The clock was ticking as we went into that extra lunar orbit. It wasn't a situation where we could just sit in lunar orbit and try to solve our problems indefinitely, and it's sounding good so far on the call
2 minutes remaining till touchdown.
2 minutes to touchdown. That
2
requires
minutes.
to be designed on the ground and uplinked to Nova C to confirm that that those laser
Oof.
sensors on NASA's navigation Doppler lidar could be routed to the terrain relative navigation and hazard relative navigation. That call out is fantastic.
Fido, do you have an altitude reading?
Two minutes. 1:45. Come on, guys, do it.
Standing by to see if we
Good
can get
luck,
altitude reading
guys.
From Fido.
From the Dobsonian Power
Guidance
Channel
Officer Sean Stewart on blue team.
and all the community of explorers. 1.5 minutes. Tick tock, tick tock.
Confirm that looked like a pitch over gimbal. Let's do it.
Nice, Chris.
Sounds like we
Nice.
have some data that confirms
Huge
the
activity
pitch over the
today
source, the
in the
HDA
sun.
process. That's hazard
I saw
detection,
it.
avoidance throughout this show.
1
We've heard
minute.
Gary and I talking about the problem that was attempted to be solved in lunar orbit, making the decision to not only postpone this show.
NDL indicates altitude of 1,000 meters.
1,000 meters call out from NDL that is coming from flight management. This is a system right now. NDL was not intended to be the primary landing system on this. Instead, we're using 2 laser beams from NDL and feeding that into that hazard detection and avoidance system that you see on your screen right now, with the lander making autonomous decisions about where it wants to land. That is generally
Less than 1 minute remaining.
Less than 1 minute.
Touchdown.
less than 1 minute remaining for touchdown.
And again, that's the time of touchdown. It may take some time to actually confirm the status of the lander.
And in this process, we do have a deployment of Eagle Cam attempting to take the third-person images of Nova C going down to the lunar surface. We are inside of 1 minute, Gary.
Yes, we're willing to blow down.
Come on.
And we're tracking here in the broadcast booth. The clock has reached the expected.
May take a minute for comms to reestablish standby.
There it is, mission director beating us to it. We've reached the expected time of landing, but now is the process of waiting for comms, and we are in standby mode, as you heard it from the mission director, Dr. Tim Crane.
Stand by. Oof. Waiting for confirmation.
And 1 minute has elapsed from the notes that we have, Gary, of that original burn starting at PDI.
And you have carrier lock.
That's MD asking if we are getting the ground stations locked on to Nova C. That carrier lock call, Gary, we expect that to come from GroundNet or COM. That conversation possibly not happening on our public channel that we have access to. We're just standing by to hear that.
Standing
come
by.
through the channels as we
Super
approach
stressful, Brian.
almost 2 minutes since we estimated the landing time. We did get a few call-outs on the side.
It will
Folks
make a
coming into
huge
the room, so there
difference.
was about a 2-minute
The
forgiveness
success
in our
or not.
timetables.
We are checking.
Huge,
antenna
huge.
Reception.
For humanity.
Checking antenna reception.
Humankind. Our descendants. Our legacy. This is building our legacy. No, we don't know, Hashem.
And we're standing by, Gary. We're standing by just as we approach 5:26 p.m. Central Standard
Standing by.
Time. Given those mission directors' notes of the flexibility between what we were tracking, what we were given was just about 5:24.
All stations, this is MD. Please look back through your logs and confirm the last information you had, and we'll determine if this is a comm outage.
And that's the mission director, Gary. These are our notes here of what we believed. We talked about the comm outages with the lander making autonomous decisions. This is the process of going through the last bit of data that came into Nova Control and working to verify, okay, this is the last bit of data. Where was the lander possibly going? How do we look for it and establish
They are
those
waiting for the data,
communications?
dumb guy.
Nova C uses 4 antennas placed at the top of the lander that
4
are designed
antennas.
to capture these communications. But we did expect this. We talked about it, that this is a communications challenge in it of itself, and right now we're standing by
Hey,
to
Amber.
serve that communications call out.
We're just a little more than 3 minutes from the time of when the clock reads 0.
No
for
camera, no
Nova C
camera.
landing on the moon.
I thought it was going to have a camera because they took some pictures. I was wrong. They took pictures of the moon. With camera will be amazing. Now some people will say, no, they didn't make it, and even that they
And we
made.
just checked with our team here in the broadcast booth, decided to let's stay on this. All the chatter we are not hearing on this public channel, Gary, all things indicate that we are working to solve a
Communication
possible
problems.
communications challenge in this moment. So we're going to continue to stand by.
Yeah, struggling. Welcome to the real life.
For those following along,
MD Prime on IM1. Go for Prime.
Live stream has to have
So you
struggle.
room looking for states, and we're going to go ahead and cycle the ground transmitter on Goonhilly and do some RF sweeps. Is that your plan?
That's correct.
Still waiting.
Copy.
And that's just what we had in mind in our notes, Gary, is that if we encounter a communications challenge, we mentioned how difficult
Communication
it is
problems.
to land on the moon and continually have those communications. What you just heard there is folks talking about using the Goonhilly Earth Station Limited dish in the UK to do a sweep looking for that signal. We mentioned that autonomous process of the lander reassigning itself somewhere that it believes is safe, going into
Yeah,
it.
they
We heard
usually
that the
delay.
HRN camera was functioning and able to make those decisions after what was a 2-hour orbit of problem solving with Intuitive Machines' TRN and
2 of the
HRN
machines had
cameras.
problems, as I said to you at the
Rangefinders assigned to
beginning.
those are the ones that
During
Intuitive
2
Machines
hours,
installed inside the navigation pods.
but they had a backup.
Laser rangefinders were not activated. We went to NASA and asked to use 2 of the laser beams on
Laser
the
beams from
navigation
NASA
Doppler LiDAR.
was the
And
solution.
spent 2 hours in orbit.
Team, we're going to confirm our pointing vector with our antenna for post-landing.
What?
Yep. We spent about 2 hours in orbit to solve that problem. We got good readings on the way down. And right now, we are working to confirm communications on the surface of the moon, roughly around
They
the
still
Mount
have
Vernon
problems
region.
with
That is
communications.
the
We are
southwest
waiting for
region of the moon.
confirmation.
That's right. What we do know is the power descent initiation. We were following along in the status calls. We executed a pitch-over maneuver, and we're counting down the clock to a landing time of 5:23 p.m. Central Time. Well, Josh described those processes of working on the communications component to confirm.
Still
data
working
from the
on
lander,
communications.
pulsing the teams surrounding him to check the status of Nova C and the data.
The ones
they
that are
received here Nova Control.
in the short shelf, if you want to experience the full live stream, you can come to
Fido MD.
the long form. Just open the channel, click on the channel,
I'm looking at our phase plane there for the last part.
and open the other stream. I'm doing 2 live streams.
Pitch and yaw
It's a
control
dual
throughout.
stream now,
But it did see a
from
little bit of
now,
roll excursion. Could it be that we landed off
to
angle
draw
and
the
roll
attention
and
from
follow?
the short shelf.
So I do see we had up to an 8-degree excursion. We're about to begin the roll maneuver, which is about
Terminal phase.
the terminal phase, which is a large roll maneuver to get to landing attitude. That's the last data point I have.
They still have problems.
But up until that point, we were really solid.
Right, so terminal phase begins at 30 meters or post HDA.
Post HDA.
Post HDA.
400 meters.
Very good.
Come on, guys. Tell us something.
And that's a great conversation confirming.
That's good ground network. Good for box scan. Make that go.
Yeah, that was good confirmation of the process that we were very familiar with, talking about the attitude of the lander, making sure that those antennas are within direct line of sight with Earth stations.
Problem
Ground
with the
station on
antennas.
Earth, excuse me.
Mission director at all stations are also updating our pointing vector with our dishes to make sure that they're
Updating.
in our final landing site.
Come on,
Callers searching
guys.
for that communications back to the ground station. This one particularly is in the UK that's tracking us. And it's important to note, Gary, that we have an entire network dedicated to working these communications problems.
They have an entire network tracking, but no communication. Come on, guys, do it.
64-meter dish in Australia. That time to search with that opportunity.
Australia, United Kingdom.
About 12 to 13 hours after our estimated touchdown. So this is a process that we could be looking and
They left the lens cover on.
for confirmation for quite some time, but we're going to continue to
Yeah,
listen
but
in
my
and
mistakes
stand by as our
don't
flight
cost
controllers are
money
working
to the
ground
people.
station in the United Kingdom.
That's the big difference.
This issue, work this problem. It's another challenge, very similarly to the challenge solved just to make it this far.
Actually, I found a way to win money with my mistakes.
Return signal we're tracking.
That's wise, no? I do a mistake and instead of losing money, I win money. Doing a video. What a nice idea. Come on, guys. What's happening there? Oh, I wish I could point a telescope there. The 12-inch. Well, the Japanese spacecraft landed, I think, upside down.
We
No?
have an onboard fault detection system for our communications that after 15 minutes with lack of communication will power cycle the radios. And then
They are power cycling.
after that, for another 15 minutes, it will then switch antenna pairs. So we have some time here to evaluate. We do have signal.
15 minutes.
tracking, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, no. 15 minutes. Less than
That's a great
15,
call out about
15
the
minutes.
autonomous systems installed on our Nova C-class lunar lander named Odysseus. The process he's mentioning, Gary, is very similar to the one that we were preparing ourselves for at AOS.
Oh, yeah,
The lander
Chris.
has systems in place to recycle its antennas, to switch antenna pairs, and that was very similar to what we thought.
Maybe
we were
NASA
going to
have
need to do
clouds.
After acquisition of signal, when we separated from the second stage of the launch vehicle, if we made it to a certain point, the lander was
They are
autonomously
blind, yeah, they are
programmed to start
blind.
taking matters into its own hands.
They are
And that
fully
was the
dependent on the
information
communication
that our
link.
mission director,
That
Dr.
single link.
We're also not dead yet.
Wi-Fi should have used the cable. Of course, they can't do what I do in the live streams and the videos. That I expose naturally my mistakes. They can't.
It's 5:34 p.m. Mission Director Tim Crane confirming that it could take 2 phases of 15-minute increments to confirm the status of the landing. So we could be here, and we'll stand by and
Come on.
monitor as Nova Controls continues to work this issue.
They are working on the issue of communications. Well, the point is, it could be successful, but we don't know.
Transmitter.
That's the main thing now.
There. So stand by.
It
folks.
landed.
What's happening here?
We don't know what
All right, we're gonna
happened
continue to
because
stand by. Let's keep
we
this
are
camera
waiting
on
for
inside of
communication.
Nova Control. It sounds like we are getting some kind of faint
I want to
signal.
send a series of
Faint
commands to react
signal,
to make
faint
sure we're
signal.
ready to keep
Take off the
correspondence
cap.
active.
Faint signal, light at the end of the tunnel. 30 minutes. No, they told 15. Oh yeah, here it's full of clouds. Hi Lisa.
We're still standing by. The last call from Mission Director Dr. Tim Crane was that we were getting a faint signal.
Faint signal.
From Odysseus's high gain antenna.
We are waiting for confirmation of Odysseus. That will study and prepare everything for our astronauts can land on the moon on 2026, hopefully, with Artemis 3 mission successfully and without any problem.
All stations, this is Mission Director on IM-1. We're evaluating how we can refine that signal and dial in the pointing for our dishes. What we can confirm, without a doubt, is our equipment is on the surface of the moon, and we are transmitting. So, congratulations, IM team. We'll see how much more we can get from that.
An excellent call from our mission director, Dr. Tim Craig. And over to our
Okay. This is the follow. The music was mine, was not on NASA. They are still working on the issue. I'm talking to the short shelf. I think they don't have the sound.
I know this was a nail biter.
They are solving the issue of communications with the spacecraft, but they can confirm that it is on the surface of the moon. Now,
an excellent call.
This is tricky.
Is our team of
This is
Intuitive
tricky.
Machines mechanics and their families, their friends, everyone who
hold on, this is tricky. What they said it wasn't that it was landed. It was, I quote, I can confirm, or we can confirm, that it is on the surface of the moon. Well, it can be on the surface of the moon, but damaged. We don't know. So be cautious.
faint signal. Now it's time to work on refining that signal. But Dr.
Refine
Tim
the
Craig,
signal.
our mission director today, making the call. Odysseus has a new home.
It shows the discipline.
Well, let's see.
Nova Control. They
I want
waited until
to
there
see.
was absolute confirmation that there was a signal, and then that was when they took the moment to celebrate. We
I
saw
want to
that
see.
It wasn't just the individuals.
We
in
need to
Nova
see.
Control that contributed to the mission. The
Because remember, the
contributions
Japanese
to enable
one
success
was
of
from-
Odysseus landing on the moon stretches
what's the
far and
name?
wide. We showed, of course, some of the folks watching there, but really it extends even farther.
Well, the
than this.
Japanese one
Wonderful and truly
landed,
amazing moment to celebrate
but
the
a
US
bit
landing
upside
on the moon
down.
once again.
And to
And
everyone
I
who
think it's
mentioned
not
it goes
working.
beyond just the folks
This
that we
one
saw
is
on
promising.
camera
If it
waiting
can
and
land
working those
well
tense moments with
and
their
then
friends,
do the
their
job
families,
they
and everything
have
it took to
planned,
get to this point.
but it needs
We're still
to
expecting the
land
image. We expect it
well.
to come down sometime in the future, especially as we look towards some high-resolution images. Let's go ahead and it sounds like we do have a message we'd like to cut to.
message.
Can we have that message special for our folks,
Uh,
employees, and folks watching at home?
I want a
With Nova
picture.
C landing at Malapert A. Congratulations, like you said, Josh.
Malapert
flooding into
A.
the team
It will be the
that made this happen.
crater
Really
that
sets
we
a
will be
tone
watching next
for
time
the American
in the live
leadership
stream on the
future
moon.
Of a strong lunar economy. So here's NASA Administrator Bill Nelson.
There's Bill.
On the 8th day of a 250,000-mile voyage, a voyage along the Great Cosmic Bridge from the launch pad at the Kennedy Space Center to the target of the south pole of the moon, a commercial lander named Odysseus, powered by a company called Intuitive Machines, launched upon a SpaceX rocket carrying a bounty of NASA scientific instruments and bearing the dream of a new adventure in science, innovation, and American leadership in space. Well, all of that aced the landing of a lifetime. Today, for the first time in more than a half century, the U.S. has returned to the moon. Today, for the first time in the history of
US
humanity, a commercial company, an American company, launched and led the voyage up there. And today is a day that shows the power and promise of NASA's commercial partnerships. Congratulations to everyone involved in this great and daring quest at Intuitive Machines, SpaceX, and right here at NASA. What a triumph! Odysseus has taken the moon. This feat is a giant leap forward for all of humanity. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I love
Thank you,
Nielsen.
Administrator Nelson. Again,
Nelson.
No sea in the United States has landed on the moon at 5:23 p.m. Central Time today.
They're confirming.
February 22nd, 2024.
They are confirming it's landing on the
Intuitive
moon.
Machines on the successful landing. Science and data gathering is already underway.
Okay.
And will continue for roughly 7 days on the lunar surface, activating payloads and gathering important scientific
We want that
to help
data.
ensure future successes in Artemis missions. For more about
We
this
want that
CLIPS
data.
initiative, visit nasa.gov/clips.
Star Guy is in the house.
Quite a journey for all of us at
Star Guy, after 50 years,
for the continued
again,
support to enable today's successful landing. And
successful landing, they are saying.
machines, their friends and family who made all of this possible. That will wrap up our coverage of Intuitive Machines' IM-1 mission. Thanks for joining us.
Chandrayaan was a success as well. Is it over? Where's the data? Well, we will have to wait for the data. We will have to wait for the data. Yeah, it's over. Well, kind of. What do you think? Tell me in the chat. What do you think? Are you happy with this? It was kind of... I missed the data. I missed one thing that I was thinking that it was going to happen. Will be the camera, because they took some pictures before arriving to the moon. They took some pictures of the moon, and I thought, well, if they are taking so good pictures of the moon, they will point a camera while landing. I will do the live stream right before the landing. It's the most important part. I will stream to the short shelf as well. I'm streaming to the short shelf. Welcome everybody. From now on, we'll do that. Every weekly live stream pointing the telescopes to the sky in real time will be streamed in long form and in the short shelf as well. I will manage a way, because they only listen my voice. I will manage a way for them to listen as well to the music. Oof, sorry. They don't listen this background music, so I will fix that. I purchased something to do that. So I was thinking they would capture images. I'm sure they captured some images, at least some pictures of it, but we don't have access to them yet. And that was kind of well, more data. The data of the landing. We are waiting for that data. Yes, I have a big telescope. This telescope, the plan was to have the telescope tonight here, pointing to the moon. It's what we do here regularly, pointing to objects in the sky. So pointing to the moon, while we half of the screen and half of the screen watching the landing. It will be amazing, but nothing happened as I was thinking, because no images of the moon landing. I thought they with come on, put an iPhone there or something. Image of the moon landing, and then at the same time in the other part of the screen here will be separated as well in a short shelf. Will be the moon in real time with a telescope. The problem is, I will show you. This is a mess outside. It's fully cloudy. Imagine almost full moon and I can't see the moon with naked eyes. So it's a mess right now, the weather. It will be better and we will be streaming next week for sure. In this observatory, I will show you. I will show you the camera. Planet Earth. Continent Europe. Country Portugal. Region Algarve, 37 latitude, Bortle 5. It's not cleaned yet. I'll show you. Okay, camera. Opening camera. Communication problems. Communication problems. You see? This is from builders. The builders are here. This is all a mess. Let me show to the short shelf. Look. This is my observatory. You see? I'm building a wall. You can't see the wall. It's at the side of the camera. It's built already, a huge wall. To protect me from the wind, protect the telescopes as well. Look, this is from builders. They are building. It's not finished. And one of the builders didn't come today. I was waiting for him early in the morning, which I don't like to do. I'm not sleeping this week. I'm very sleepy tonight. I'm tired because I can't sleep so early and get up so early. I'm not used, my body and mind is not used to this. And as you can see, it's all a mess. But they say next week it will be finished and all cleaned. It will be very nice. Everything will be clean here. We will point the telescopes as usual. I have a 12-inch Dobsonian telescope, huge. An 8-inch Dobsonian telescope. It's a big telescope as well. Medium. I have a 6-inch Dobsonian telescope here. And more refractor as well, the Dwarf 2. It's this small telescope here. But this one I only use for travel. How can I use this? This little thing here, having a 12-inch, the king.
The king.
Now I can put you the music. I will figure a way, don't worry. In a short shelf you will have the music, the screens, everything. And every graphics, everything. I have to put the headphones there for you to listen. So with the 12-inch Dobsonian, I don't want to place the dwarf. I've never used the dwarf here. Very, very rarely. Only when I was sick in the bed. I was in the bed and I placed the dwarf because I couldn't handle anything. But I don't use the dwarf. For what? If I have a 12-inch Dobsonian telescope. The king. Now let me check the chat here. Robert Wolf! They didn't have a live camera. Surprised they didn't have a live camera. Me too. It was something that I was a bit disappointed. When NASA landed on the moon in the past, it was transmitted live. That was over 50 years ago. Can it be because of this today is different? Well, back then it was Soviet Union, no? The competitors. But now can it be that it's because of, I don't know, the image? We have China doing a great job. China is doing a great job. I don't know what they are doing, but they are doing deeply. But they are doing great stuff to colonize the moon. And even to have a big, like an hotel, at the middle of the, between us and the moon, between the Earth and the moon. So we can, they can sleep there and be there for 4 months. And then, as a middle point, to go to the moon, between the Earth and the moon. And to do commercial things. Can it be because of that, of the competitors? They have geopolitical stuff or something that I don't like. Can it be? That location we can focus. Yes, we can, Roshan. Yes, we can. I will show you. Hold on. I will show you. I have a software. It's free. You can go to dobsonianpower.com and now download it for free. I have there free stuff, and you click there. It's the moon software. If you want to learn about the moon, it's very, very nice. I'm learning a lot about the moon. Let me do like this for the short shelf to watch. You see, this is a software. Look, see, it's a software. It's called Virtual Moon Atlas. If you go there, here, look, go here, dobsonianpower.com. It's very easy. It's the name of the channel. Here are the links to my gear, affiliate links. But here, where is the menu? Here, free resources. You click here. You click here, and you have a bunch of everything of this is free. Astronomy tools, very nice for beginners in telescopes and cameras and everything. Sharp caps, stellarium, everything for free. Virtual Moon Atlas. You come here and you download. Come here, you download your version, Windows, Linux, and then you have the data pack. These are the images. You should choose this, the first one and the second one. Very high resolution. You download both. It was what I did. High resolution and very high resolution. Then you install everything. You install the data pack first, and then these two, the software first, and then these two, both data packs. Okay? And you download it, install the software. I like this software for one thing, because we come here and you write Malbert A at the bottom, enter, find. It's not Malbert. What's the name of the crater? It's Malapert. Malapert, not Malbert. Malapert A. And you click on find, and you see it's here. We can see it. This is the visible side of the moon. Look, I'll show you. Hold on. I can't zoom anymore. It's here. See? This is the south pole of the moon, and it's here. It's a very important region to explore as well. And they want to know how it will be, the problems that they had or they will have on every time they land, so they can be prepared for the future. We will be colonizing. This region on the South Pole has loads of water, because you see these dark craters. There are craters here that never, parts of the craters inside that never capture the sun. The sun, here the white light, you can see here the gray, the light gray, is because of the light of the sun. But inside, even with all the movements of the moon and the sun as well, everything is moving on the universe, but never, there are places that never capture the sunlight, and those places are full of ice. They want resources from the moon. So as you can see, we can, I will point there, we can, if it's visible. Right now it is, because it's almost full moon. See? It's visible. Malapert A. And I like this because this software, because here you choose the object, it finds. And then here, where is it? Here. Observation. Observation, this is the main feature from this software. Apparent size, observation period, 6 days after new moon or 5 days after full moon. This software gives us the best moments to watch, to observe the object in question. And it says as well here, minimal instrument, a 50 millimeters refractor. So does this ask to your question on the chat? If we can see it, I knew it because I study everything before the live streams. I don't come here without that information. There is ice. You think well. There is ice out there. There is ice, and more resources. They want to capture resources. They want to to benefit from a profitable moon. I think. Let me check the chat. No, lobster, no. I don't think so. I know that every time we talk about NASA and the moon and space exploration, many people, it's polarized. There will be always, and I'm tolerant with that, always people that will say it's fake. I'm tolerant because I understand that, especially the last years, every institution, global or the main institutions in the world, lost credibility completely. We are not stupid, and we were treated like we were, and we are keep being treated like we all are stupid, and we are not. Maybe some people, but we are not in general, I believe. And because of that, they lose credibility. While that part of the humans that always thinking conspiracy and everything is fake was a small group comparing to nowadays. Now it's bigger. So I'm tolerant. I just don't care as long as you don't insult me. I don't care. But I believe we have to believe in someone. We have to believe in someone. And NASA, it's in the vanguard. It's in the front. In the front of the space exploration, they are super advanced, and we have to believe someone. And I like Nelson. Yes, it landed successfully, floater. However, we don't know yet. We don't have the data, the information. They only said to us that it landed successfully. I don't know. That was the second disappointment. The first one was the fact that they didn't. I was counting on an image, even that it was a poor image, and that's a thing that I didn't like. I was expecting the sharing to the public, so many hype around this. It's so important, and no image, at least some pictures or something. One picture at least, nothing. But okay, they had communication problems. We think let's be positive and give the benefit of the doubt and think, okay, they didn't give us an image because they couldn't. Hardware problems or something. I don't know. But then they said, okay, we landed successfully, but they gave no real data or just like that. We have to believe. I believe, but if we want to, the institutions want to win or to win back that credibility, they have to fight for that credibility. Look, it's what I do here. I fight for my credibility to you. Every single video, every single live stream, especially the live streams where I am what I am here, I can't hide. And I fight to be a good person, honest with you, so you can trust me and you can trust that I don't say things that with second intentions, And I think I won that. You know, the ones that know me from the live streams, that you are from the community, you already know that. You are smart, you already felt that. they have to do the same job at a higher level to the masses. They need to tell us 100% or nothing. Well, I understand that some things, while the humans keep fighting for greed and competing for greed, China, United States, everybody, they will hide. China will hide, United States will hide, and we on Europe, we don't hide because we are in the United States team. We drink from them. The Cold War, of course. It's kind of a Cold War there already. Well, for a long time in space. The blue star guy, okay. The blue lava lake on the moon. In a crater. My wife is always telling me that, and here in the chat, if you remember. To point there. We will. I don't know if it will be this weekend because the weather is not very good. But, well, it's awful. And this is all a mess with the construction of the wall in the observatory. But next time we go to the moon, we will try. In a crater, let me check here in the software of the moon. I will check here. The virtual moon atlas. It's free, it's a free atlas of the moon. Digital, of course. Let me see if they have here. INA. Yes, they have. It's here. Look. Okay. These two I think I can memorize already. Mare Imbrium. I think this Mare Imbrium I will not forget anymore. And Mare Serenitatis. Between both, we have here below. Okay. Both are known. When we watch the moon, this is the big one, the smallest one, the smaller one, and then Mare Tranquillitatis. And here, right here, it's INA. Let's see what the software says about the best time for observing INA. They say here. Well, they have more information. Description. Hold on, please. Let me drink some water. So, INA. Recent volcanic origin formation located on the summit of a large and very flat volcanic dome. No slopes. Depression with almost vertical walls. Rough floor presenting more than 80 flat mounds and numerous craterlets around the mounds. Okay, this is the description. You see, they have always a summary. Observation. First quarter or 6 days after full moon. Well, it's close. 6 days after full moon, it's close. But I don't think so with the weather. Let me check the weather. Well, Tuesday. I think the next weekend will be not this one, but the next one. You see this one. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Rain here. Rain here. We'll see. But that's on the list, Sargai. There are a number of scientists that think that the blue hue in the lake is actual frozen water. It can be, for sure. Should be. They discover, after that, they discover loads of water there on the moon. Hola, Templario. Bienvenido seas. Saludos. Valencia está con el fuego. A huge fire in Valencia. Okay. Let's wait for the data. I will post on I'm sure some of you will post on Discord as well the data about this landing that we don't have yet. As soon as we got it, we post it. I will post on the channel in the post, and I will post it probably on shorts, I don't know, everywhere. Okay? Thank you very much. Short shelf, I will end the live stream. Bye bye, and keep coming back. Okay, finishing the short shelf. And you guys, I don't know what's going to be this weekend. That's why I was motivated as well to do this small live stream without telescope, unfortunately. Oh, it will be so beautiful to watch the moon and that crater at the same time. It will be unique, as I like, but we are weather dependent. So I will see you the next time. Have clear skies and put your telescopes outside and watch the sky if you can. Yeah, lo voy a mirar ahora, Templario. I'm going to watch that information. Thank you. Bye bye, guys. Thank you for being here.